And while making your bedroom an oasis could calm you, if you need something a little more than that, well, this next segment is for you.
Joining us now from West Hartford Yoga are Marone and Miranda Dunbar. Nice to see you guys. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
All right, so
how are you?
Kara and we went to yoga for my birthday. I ended up as a pretzel doing a handstand, and I hurt my hip. Well, I'm afraid of yoga, ladies. I have to be honest with you.
Let me just preface. I love West Hartford Yoga. That's not where we were, but he went to overachieve. Yoga is not about overachieving. It's about de-stressing, right?
Absolutely.
That's
yoga
exactly right.
is
Absolutely.
Something about coming back to yourself and centering with who you are in the moment right now. It's not about striving for something else. It's about accepting and breathing and moving with who you are at this very moment.
I sensed a huge sense of competition in the room. I guess that was the wrong way to go into this segment.
I would say that speaks more to where your mindset was than to what everybody else in the room was doing.
Okay, that's
but
good.
You never know what those other people's mindsets were. So
the thing is, even if you're not someone who goes to yoga all the time, it's been done for thousands of years, and you're going to show us some moves that we can all incorporate even throughout the day. Maybe you just need you're at work and you're stressed, you go somewhere private in your car and just do some breathing and a few poses that will calm your body down. Can you teach us a little of that?
Sure. I think Katie's going to get us started with a couple of poses.
So I'm going to start seated, because even if you're in your car or if you're at work, there are some really simple things you can do just to take a step back from whatever you're involved in at the moment. Oftentimes when we're stressed, we're really stuck in our heads. And so instead of going off into story about where you are, you can come back to your body. So even simply just sitting where you are, closing your eyes, taking a breath in through the nose, letting it out through the mouth, and then starting to sip the breath in and out through the nose only. Imagining that your lungs are like a pitcher, and if you're pouring water into it, you start with the bottom of your lungs. You're filling up from the lower lungs to the mid lungs and all the way up, filling it up through the heart space and to your collarbones, and then emptying the opposite way, emptying from the top and lowering down to the bottom, focusing on the sound of your breath, focusing on the sensation in your body, how it physically feels, and just grounding yourself in what's actually here instead of imagining and stressing about what you're involved in.
You know, we were talking about this in our morning meeting. The end of a yoga practice, even if you've done something really hard and tough, is the savasana, where you just kind of rest. And people sometimes feel like when they're taking that time and they're really stressed, that the only thing that's going to make them feel better is doing and something they should be doing. Why does focusing our breath, or actually just being, help us more?
It allows you to take a pause. In today's life, even in pandemic life, we are constantly worrying, which means that our body is in fight or flight mode. There are chemicals flowing through the body that stress us out. And by breathing, you're helping to downregulate the nervous system. You're bringing yourself back into a more balanced state. Your heart rate is calming down. Your mind is not wandering and rushing and ping-ponging as much. In yoga, we tend to call it the monkey mind, where it swings from one thought to the next. And by breathing, you're slowing everything down and getting out of the worry and just taking a step back. And instead of reacting, you're existing and being.
We only have about a minute left, ladies, which is unfortunate because I'd like to spend more time with you. But what else would you like to share with us in that time?
Miranda, I would say let's do some.
Yeah, if you're interested, I can show you a couple of standing and moving yoga flows. These are going to be useful for all different types of bodies. And that's another thing that we ought to mention is the accessibility and the inclusiveness of yoga. They can all, regardless of your skill level and ability, these are poses and flows that everyone can enjoy. So I'm going to stand up and show you some of those moves. The first one I'll begin with is called Surya Namaskara Prep, standing with the feet hips distance apart, palms together in front of the heart. As you inhale, you'll sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, leading with the heart. Take another inhale to lift and lengthen the spine as you come up almost halfway. And then another exhale to forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, arms all the way up, fingertips face the sky. And then exhale, coming back as you began, palms together in front of the heart.
We wish we had more time for you to show us more moves, but I want to let everyone know that you're offering a lot of virtual experiences at West Hartford Yoga. So if you want to learn more about this, you have meditation, you have yoga, and people can really do this and learn more about calming themselves right from their own home. So thank you so much, ladies, for coming on and helping us de-stress.